All right, hi, this is Anthony from Texas Power Pedal, and today I'm going to show you how to do your annual tune-up on your TPP system. So here I have the annual tune-up kit. This includes bearing removal and insert tools, a couple Allen wrenches, we have some grease for our electrical connections. I have our motor right here. I went ahead and already took it off the kayak, but you could do this on the kayak if you wanted to. I have a Phillips head screwdriver and a rubber mallet. You can use a hammer if you have one of those as well, but a rubber mallet's probably going to be better. So the whole process to this requires us to take the motor off of the rudder. So to do that, we need the 2.5 millimeter Allen wrench, and there are 2 screws on the motor mount. Go ahead and remove both of these. Once those are removed, we can go ahead and pop our cable out of the cable clip and set our motor to the side. Now we need to get the duct off of the motor. To do this, it takes a Phillips head screwdriver. There are 4 screws, 1 on each side of the motor. Go ahead and loosen all 4 of those. All right. With the duct loosened, we can go ahead and slide our motor out. We can set the duct to the side. Next step is going to be to remove this locking collar on the back of the motor. Now to do that, you might have to move your propeller around to get the set screw to line up. But once that's lined up, we can take our smaller Allen wrench and unscrew the set screw on the locking collar. Once that's loose enough, we can slide the locking collar off, set that to the side, and we can remove our rotor, which is attached to the propeller. Now with that removed, we have access to both of our bearings. There's one on both sides. And to remove these, we're going to take tool A, which has these 2 prongs on it. We're going to insert this into the bearing. You should hear a little click, and then you can just use the tool to pull the bearing out. Now we can do that with both bearings, so you can reuse the same tool. So with both of our bearings, our old bearings taken out, we can go ahead and install our new bearings. So to do this, we are going to place the flat side of our motor down onto tool B. Then we are going to take tool C, and you can see on here that there's a little notch on the side of tool C, and you're going to want to line that up with where the set screw was on the locking collar, and it should slide down straight into your motor. So you can press this down with your hands, or if you need a little bit more help, you can use your rubber mallet or hammer. And once you get that pushed down, you should see that the little notch on tool C is lined up flush with the top of the motor, and tool B is lined up with the bottom of the motor. So now we can take tools C and B out, and then I want to just make sure that the bearings are both sitting flush. So you can see here on the motor, on the back side of the motor, it is sitting flush, and then on the front side, there's not a gap in between that and the inside of the motor. So now everything just needs to go back together. So the first step to that is going to be to put our propeller back on, propeller and rotor back on. It should just slide right in. You want to line up the flat side of the rotor with the set screw. So now you can go ahead and put your locking collar back on. And tighten the set screw. Your motor should spin freely at this point. So after our propeller and rotor have been reinstalled, we can put our duct back on. Just slide on the same way as it was, and then our 4 Phillips head screws go back in. So now that our motor is put back together, it's ready to go back on the rudder. Now when you're putting this back on, you just want to make sure that the cable is routed up towards your cable clip. You can take your larger Allen wrench and screw in those 2 screws on the motor mount. Okay, so our TPP system is ready to go back on the kayak. If it's been a while since you've done that, make sure to go check out one of our install videos to see how to install it on your kayak. And make sure to pick up an annual tune-up kit for next year.